Today, we're diving into a question that's been blowing up in the smartwatch community. Should you spend your hard-earned money on the brand new Suunto Vertical 2, or should you save a few dollars and grab the Suunto Race 2 instead? Here's the kicker. When you look at the spec sheets, these two watches appear nearly identical. Same processor, same stunning display, same software experience. So if they're that similar on paper, why does one cost significantly more? And more importantly, are you actually getting your money's worth? Stick around as we break down every single difference, uncover what you're really paying for, and help you make the decision that's perfect for your lifestyle. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty details, let me give you some context on why this comparison is so crucial right now. Suunto has been making waves in the sports watch industry by finally releasing watches with AMOLED displays and powerful new processors. The problem? They've released two very similar watches in quick succession, and for a lot of buyers, this creates massive confusion. Are you a weekend warrior who just wants to track your runs? Are you an endurance athlete pushing yourself to extremes? Or are you someone who values premium gear and wants the absolute best, no matter the cost? The truth is, one of these watches is designed specifically for you, and choosing the wrong one could mean wasting hundreds of dollars. So, we're going to break this down in a way that makes sense. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which watch deserves to be on your wrist. Let's start with the first impression. When you hold these watches side by side, they look remarkably similar at first glance. Both feature the same 49mm case diameter, and both are built from premium materials. But the moment you pick them up and feel their weight in your hand, the story changes completely. The Suunto Race 2 is engineered for everyday versatility. It's sleek, refined, and surprisingly thin at 12.5mm thick. This watch features a minimalist design with a single digital crown and two side buttons, giving it that modern smartwatch aesthetic that doesn't scream sports watch. You could easily wear this under a business shirt cuff in the morning, then transition to a trail run in the afternoon without anyone giving it a second glance. The lightweight construction means it disappears on your wrist during intense workouts, and it's genuinely comfortable for all-day wear. Now, the Suunto Vertical 2 takes a completely different approach. This watch is unapologetically built for adventure. It's slightly thicker at around 13.3mm, and it carries a more robust, expedition-grade aesthetic. The metal strap connectors are beefier, the case has more pronounced angles, and there's a general sense of durability and ruggedness to this device. When you look at the Vertical 2 on someone's wrist, it immediately conveys a message. This person actually explores. Whether it's mountaineering, backcountry skiing, or serious expeditions, the Vertical 2 looks like it belongs in those environments. It's not trying to be a fashion statement. It's a tool purpose-built for serious outdoor enthusiasts. So here's the fundamental difference in design philosophy. The Race 2 is your bridge between athletic training and everyday life, while the Vertical 2 is your committed partner for serious wilderness adventures. This is where things get really exciting, and honestly, it's one of the few areas where Suunto really delivered on both watches. Both the Vertical 2 and Race 2 come equipped with the exact same 1.5-inch AMOLED display technology, and it is absolutely stunning. We're talking deep blacks, incredibly vibrant colors, and exceptional contrast that makes everything pop right off the screen. This is genuinely a massive upgrade from Suunto's previous displays, which used MIP technology and often looked washed out or dull, especially when you were out in bright sunlight. On these new watches, maps display with crisp clarity, your workout metrics practically jump out at you with bold typography, and the animations are buttery smooth and fluid. Whether you're navigating through a trail map, scrolling through your daily stats, or just checking the time, the experience feels modern and responsive. The only minor distinction you'll notice is that the Vertical 2's bezel is raised just slightly higher, which provides additional protection against impacts during rough outdoor activities. But in terms of day-to-day visual performance and display quality, they're virtually identical. You won't find yourself missing anything on the Race 2 compared to Vertical 2 when it comes to what's on the screen. Both displays punch above their weight and represent a genuine leap forward for the Suunto brand. When it comes to tracking your athletic performance and navigating the world, Suunto has kept things remarkably consistent between these two models. Both watches come loaded with over 115 different sport modes. We're talking about everything from standard running and cycling to swimming, triathlon, ski touring, mountaineering, trail running, and so much more. Whatever activity you're pursuing, there's almost certainly a dedicated mode that will track it accurately and provide relevant metrics. The navigation capabilities on both watches are equally impressive. You get full-color offline maps that you can download directly to the watch over Wi-Fi. Once you've downloaded your region, you're completely free to roam without cellular coverage. You can follow pre-planned routes, navigate trails using breadcrumb navigation, view contour lines for understanding elevation, and see elevation shading to visualize terrain complexity. You can even create routes through the Suunto app and sync them seamlessly to your watch. However, there is one notable limitation that neither watch addresses. Unlike some competitors like Garmin, Suunto's maps don't display points of interest or named landmarks. This means you won't see labeled mountain huts, cafes, water sources, or summit names directly on your map display. It's a cleaner, more minimalist navigation experience, but it does sacrifice some contextual information. The turn-by-turn navigation is solid though, and the route syncing through the Suunto app works flawlessly. Overall, both watches deliver excellent outdoor navigation capabilities that will serve almost any adventure athlete exceptionally well. Alright, here's where things get really interesting. We've finally reached the section that might actually make or break your decision, because this is where these two watches start to show their true colors. The battery life difference between the Race 2 and Vertical 2 is significant, and it tells you everything about who each watch is designed for. The Suunto Race 2 offers approximately 55 hours of continuous GPS tracking when you're using the highest accuracy mode. That's genuinely impressive, considering it's powering a bright, full-color AMOLED display. In regular smartwatch mode, where GPS isn't constantly running and the watch is just tracking your daily activity, sleep, and health metrics, the Race 2 delivers around 16 days of battery life on a single charge. That means you can comfortably go over 2 weeks without needing to charge your watch. For most people who train locally, take regular breaks between sessions, and charge their devices on a consistent schedule. This battery performance is absolutely more than sufficient. Now, the Suunto Vertical 2 steps things up substantially. It can deliver approximately 65 hours of continuous GPS tracking at full accuracy. That's 10 hours longer than the Race 2. In normal smartwatch mode, the Vertical 2 can stretch to around 20 days between charges. This is a meaningful difference, especially when you're talking about multi-day expeditions, ultramarathons, or backcountry adventures where you might be away from your charging cable for extended periods. Interestingly, Suunto removed the solar charging feature that was available on the original Vertical watch. Some users initially saw this as a downgrade, but Suunto optimized the battery efficiency to such a degree that you genuinely won't miss it. The extra battery capacity more than compensates for the loss of solar charging. So, the fundamental question is simple. Are you going off-grid for weeks at a time, or are you someone who regularly has access to charging? That answer might determine which watch makes more sense for your lifestyle. Both of these watches incorporate Suunto's latest generation heart rate sensor technology, which features a sophisticated 6-LED, 4-receiver optical setup. This upgraded design significantly improves accuracy compared to older sensors. During intense interval training, when your heart rate is fluctuating wildly, or even when your wrist is moving heavily, the heart rate tracking remains consistent and reliable. You're not going to get random spikes or drops in data. The sensor genuinely understands what's happening in your cardiovascular system. Beyond just heart rate, both watches offer a comprehensive suite of health metrics. You get detailed sleep tracking that breaks down your sleep stages, stress monitoring that helps you understand your daily pressure levels, and recovery analysis that tells you when your body is actually ready for hard training. Suunto's body resources metric is particularly useful. Think of it like Garmin's body battery feature. It provides an at-a-glance view of your energy balance throughout the day, calculated based on your activity level, recovery, sleep quality, and stress levels. This metric is incredibly valuable for understanding whether you should push hard with a tough workout or dial it back and focus on recovery. However, and this is important, Both watches deliberately skip some of the lifestyle conveniences that mainstream smartwatches offer. There's no offline music storage, which means you can't store playlists directly on the watch. There's no NFC chip for contactless payments, so you can't pay with your wrist. And there's no built-in microphone or speaker, so you can't take calls or talk to your voice assistant. These watches are laser-focused on athletic performance, training metrics, and outdoor exploration. They're not trying to replace your smartphone. If you're looking for a device that doubles as your daily smartwatch with music and payments, you'll want to look elsewhere. But if you're prioritizing accuracy, reliability, and adventure-specific features, these watches deliver in spades. Now let's talk about some of the special touches that set the Vertical 2 apart. One surprisingly practical feature is the built-in LED flashlight. When you're hiking in low-light conditions, fumbling through your tent at midnight, or searching for gear in darkness, that flashlight becomes genuinely useful. It's surprisingly bright for such a small device, and it's one of those features that you don't think you need until you actually need it. It's a small addition, but it perfectly encapsulates the expedition-focused design philosophy of the Vertical 2. Beyond that, both watches share some standout features like Wi-Fi map downloads for offline navigation, passcode protection for your data, and multi-sensor pairing for sports like cycling where you might connect external sensors. Both models also feature dual-band GPS technology, which means better signal stability and higher positional accuracy even in challenging environments. Think dense forests, mountain valleys, or urban canyons surrounded by tall buildings. Navigation feels fluid, and your tracking remains precise regardless of where your adventures take you. So here's my final recommendation. If you're someone who trains regularly, tracks workouts consistently, and wants a premium sports watch that looks equally at home in the office or on the trail, the Suunto Race 2 is your watch. Starting at $499 for stainless steel and $599 for titanium, it's an exceptional value. You're getting nearly everything the Vertical 2 offers, packed into a lighter, sleeker package at a lower price point. The battery life is more than sufficient, and the refined aesthetics mean you'll actually want to wear it everywhere. But if your adventures consistently take you off the beaten path, if mountaineering is in your future, if you're training for ultramarathons or multi-day expeditions, then the Suunto Vertical 2 is absolutely worth the investment. Starting at $599 for stainless steel and $699 for titanium, you're paying a premium for that expedition-grade build quality, the extended battery life that keeps you exploring longer, and that practical LED flashlight. When reliability and longevity matter more than aesthetics, the Vertical 2 earns its position as the flagship model. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this deep dive. If this comparison helped you make a decision, please drop a comment below and tell me which watch you're leaning toward. Subscribe to the channel for more detailed tech comparisons that actually matter. And remember, the best watch is the one that matches your lifestyle. Thanks for watching.